Well, hello, I'm Jessica Debenham. I'm an ICTheatre graduate 2020 and I am an actor, singer and songwriter.
Yeah. And I'm Becca Bindang and I also graduated in 2020 and I am also an actor, singer and songwriter.
Yes. We actually enjoy composing together, so we're working on writing a brand new musical called Sunflower in the Hurricane, and have had the privilege of writing the music for one of the third year plays this year, Midsummer Night's Dream, and then also enjoying songwriting as individual artists. So Becca has a single coming out very soon, which is very exciting.
Yeah. I feel like I've always been a performer. So any opportunity I could get as a kid, like anyone who would listen, I'm like, hey. But I remember very, very strongly, when I was like 7 or 8, I went up to 2 of my music teachers and I was like, oh, can you back me on like the guitar and piano so I can do a performance in assembly? So we practiced and we had a couple rehearsals. And there I was on stage in assembly singing Eternal Flame by the Bangers. And that was my first. I was like, yeah, no. And from then it has just been an eternal flame.
Oh yeah, you went there. So good.
That's
The first time that I performed was because a primary school teacher saw something in me that I didn't necessarily see in myself. So I loved singing. I loved the sound of music and just sing around the house and put on little shows for my family.
I feel like performing gives me a lot of life because it allows me to like portray life. Like you portray humans, you portray a story, you portray these characters, and through that you're living someone else's life, and it's just such a thrilling experience to get to be able to play these characters that you'll never play in your own life. And just the act of storytelling, whatever medium it is, acting, singing, songwriting for other people, just performing and being able to tell these stories is such a fuel in my life.
Yeah, I think it's such a privilege to be able to tell a story, and music, acting, like art, is just so powerful, and you can reach people in ways that, it's just so deep. And it's such a privilege to be able to tell stories, to be able to represent people, it just brings a lot of life. So ICTheatre have really helped us to find out who we are outside of a performer, and also who we are as performers, which I think is really helpful because we're all unique and we have something different to offer, and they really just helped us to grow in each of our individual parts.
They were really big on getting us to completely indulge in our uniqueness and to just like hone in on what makes you as a human being, because as an actor you can be so much, but if you don't know who you are as a person, that kind of is a barrier to your creativeness. So I think they were incredible in just getting us to, breaking us down for starters. Thank you. But then also building us back up in to become these incredibly individual, open-minded, just passionate people. And the support system. I think ICTheatre taught us that support was one of the biggest things you can have in this industry. We had it within our year group. Our year group is
They are the biggest group of cheerleaders you will meet.
So you support others to get support back. That's how it goes. And we had support from our tutors, we had support from everyone we met in the industry, and it was just a good lesson to learn, to then bring forward into whatever rehearsal room we go into.
Okay, we have got some top tips for you budding performers. So first one, avoid comparison.
Always.
Literally, if this is comparison, pelt it in the other direction. Just be diligent at not entertaining it.
Yeah.
You can be inspired by people, but that's different. That's different because you are unique. Your journey is unique. And so what you bring to a rehearsal room, what you bring to a story, what you bring to a character is completely different. And that's beautiful. That's something that brings diversity, and it brings something so wonderful to what we bring as an industry to everyone else. So, yeah, avoid comparison.
Yeah. When done in truth, nothing is better. It's just different. And nobody can do what you do the way you do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. To enjoy the process. It's good and it's okay to have goals of where you want to be, but enjoy this moment right now and the process, because there's so much to learn, there's so much growing to be done, and that's part of life. That's great. And I think keeping the blinkers on from comparison, because comparison can be the thing that tells you, but they're here at this age, I should be there, or they can do this. So keeping those blinkers on, focus on your lane, focus on what you're learning right now, and just enjoy the process.
In training, there are so many technicalities that you have to learn, and obviously you have to learn them. They make you a better performer. But at the end of the day, just remember why you're doing this in the first place, and that is to connect, that is to perform, that is to explore these incredible worlds that you're creating. You get to play, you get to pretend, you get to, have fun.
Yeah, and as an industry, we get to shape culture, we get to shape society. Like, it's no small thing, it's incredible. And we get to represent people, give voices to people that don't have voices, and make people feel heard. And yeah, it's incredible. It's a real privilege to be in such a, what's the word? Influential industry.
Yeah.
It's really nice that the way things are going, hopefully we'll have even more diversity shown on our stages, on our screens,
and that's the world that we're going into.
Yeah.
I say we because we've only just graduated. We've got our whole life ahead of us, and that's where you'll be too. Well,
so
all the new performers, and just that's exciting. That is so exciting.
It is. Yeah.